The place where God finds you. What if feeling lost is not the end of your story? What if it is not a sign of failure, or a final destination from which there is no return? We often see the fog of confusion as a wall, a barrier that separates us from everything we once knew and held dear. It feels like a punishment, a desolate wilderness where we are left to wander alone. But I want to ask you to consider something different today, a thought that might feel small, but holds immense power. What if this feeling is actually an invitation? Imagine the wilderness is not empty. What if the very place where you feel most lost is the place where God is waiting to find you? This journey is not about pretending the darkness isn't real. It is not about offering simple answers to your most complex and painful questions. Instead, this is a quiet space to breathe, to rest your weary heart, to consider that even in the silence, a gentle and loving hand is reaching for you, ready to guide you back to a path of hope and peace. This is a journey for the tired soul, for the one who has wrestled with doubt and come up empty. It is for the person whose prayers seem to bounce off the ceiling, unanswered and unheard. If your heart is heavy with the weight of unspoken grief, financial stress, the sting of broken relationships, you are in the right place. We will walk together, not with judgment, not with harsh demands, but with compassion and a promise. The promise, you are not as alone as you feel. Your story is far from over. We will explore moments of silence and seasons of waiting, not as proof of God's absence, but as opportunities for His presence to be revealed in a new and deeper way. We will look at ancient stories of those who walked through their own valleys of shadow and despair, only to discover God was with them all along. This is not about a quick fix, but about finding a faithful Father. Learn to trust that even when you cannot see the path, He still holds the map to your life in His loving hands. Let's be honest about what it feels like to be lost. It is an ache that settles deep within your bones, a constant quiet hum of anxiety that follows you from the moment you wake up. It's the feeling of going through the motions of your day, while a part of you is screaming on the inside, wondering if anyone truly sees the struggle you are facing. Your smile feels like a mask. How are you? An impossible mountain to climb. You want to be honest, but the words get stuck in your throat, lost in the fog of your own confusion. This feeling shows up in so many different ways. It's the weight you feel when you look at your family, worried about the future and how you will provide for them. It's the sting of disappointment when a dream you held so tightly slips through your fingers, leaving you with nothing but questions and a sense of failure. It is the hollow echo in your heart after a difficult conversation, or the profound loneliness that can wash over you even when you are in a room full of people. This ache is real. It is valid. God is not afraid of it. In the desolate quiet of feeling lost, a single toxic thought often takes root in our hearts. It starts as a whisper, a subtle suggestion that coils around our pain and confusion. The thought is this: God has abandoned me. This is the great lie we begin to believe. One of the most difficult things to endure in a season of feeling lost is the profound silence of God. We cry out, we search, we listen with every fiber of our being, but we are met with what feels like an empty void. To understand God's silence, we must shift our perspective. Instead of seeing it as an empty void, we must begin to see it as fertile ground. Imagine a tiny seed planted in the earth. It is buried in complete darkness, hidden from sight. For the seed to become what it is destined to be, it must first endure a season of hiddenness. This is a powerful metaphor for our seasons of feeling lost. He is preparing us for a season of growth that would be impossible without this time in the dark. This is not your grave. It is your garden. Trust the gardener. The story of the prodigal son is a powerful picture of what it feels like to be utterly lost. A young man who had everything: a home, a family, a loving father. He journeyed to a distant country. There he wasted everything in reckless living. So lost he fed pigs. So hungry he longed for the pods. But the most beautiful part is the Father's heart. While he was still a long way off, the Father saw him. He was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, kissed him. He was waiting to run to you, to embrace you, and to welcome you home. If anyone understood the crushing weight of personal failure, it was Peter. When confronted by a servant girl, he did the unthinkable. 3 times he was asked if he knew Jesus. 3 times he denied it. In that moment, the rooster crowed, and Jesus looked at him. Their eyes met, and Peter was shattered by what he had done. He ran out and wept bitterly. But the story doesn't end in the courtyard of failure. After his resurrection, Jesus sought out Peter.
"Do you love me?" He met Peter right where he was in his shame and regret, and reminded him that his failure was not his identity. His love is greater than our greatest failure.
The story of Job confronts one of life's most painful mysteries, the suffering of a righteous person. He was left sitting in ashes, scraping his painful sores with a piece of broken pottery. His friends came to comfort him, but their words only added to his torment. He brought his confusion, his anger, his broken heart directly to God. He wrestled with the silence, demanding an answer. In the end, God did speak to Job, but not with the simple why he wanted. Instead, God revealed his majesty. In seeing God truly, Job found deeper peace. God never left Job in his suffering. He was there in the whirlwind, in the questions, and in the ashes. Think about the strain in your marriage, the quiet tension that fills the room. That is a distant country. Think about the crushing anxiety that greets you each morning. That is a pigsty of the soul. Consider the stress of your finances. That is a courtyard of denial. Think about the sting of failure, the job you lost. That is the moment. The rooster crows and shame washes over you. This is your cave, your season of hiding away from a world that feels too demanding, and a God who feels too silent. God knows your name in that moment of failure. He still sees you. He still knows your name. And he has not, for 1 second, taken his eyes off you. In every story of being lost, there is a moment, a turning point. It is the moment when the prodigal son came to his senses in the mud and filth. This turning point is where the breaking point becomes the meeting point with God. Your deepest pain may be the very place where your truest healing is destined to begin. When our own strength is gone, we finally make room for His. It is the pressure that can crack open the hard shell around your heart, allowing the light of grace to finally get in. Your journey back home does not begin when you are all cleaned up and presentable. It begins right here, in the mud, in the tears, in the brokenness. The journey from the turning point to true restoration is often a slow walk, not a sudden leap.
God, I am lost. I am scared. Please help me. It might be as simple as praying a few honest words. Honesty is the language of intimacy with God.
Another small step is to slowly open your Bible. Let that one truth be your anchor for the day. Finally, find one safe person to talk to. The lie of abandonment thrives in isolation. These small steps are not a formula for a quick fix. They are acts of faith in the waiting. They are how you keep showing up, trusting that God is meeting you in this very place. We have walked together through the valley of feeling lost. It is not about you finding God, but about God finding you. The shepherd who leaves the 99 to search for the one. The truth that I want you to carry with you, long after these words have faded, is this. Feeling lost does not mean God has lost you. Your feelings are clouds, but He is the sun, forever present even when obscured from view. God's love is not a fragile thing that shatters when you stumble. It is a relentless, pursuing, and restorative force. He does not see you as a problem to be fixed, but as a beloved child to be held, even here, even now. Whatever it is, take one small step today. Trust God will meet you there. His presence is not distant, waiting for better days. It is for this moment. It is for this place. It is for you. He is with you, even here, in your uncertainty. Even here, in your spiritual exhaustion, even now, as you take your next breath, there is no place His love cannot reach, no depth of despair His grace cannot find. Feeling lost does not mean God lost you. It means you are where He does His most tender work. He is with you, He is for you, and He will carry you home. If this touched your heart, subscribe to Walking in Faith. Peace be with you.